So good day guys. So in this video, we will learn about the C++ programming language. And C++ programming language is one of the programming languages that you will meet or be taught or be introduced to you by your professors in your first semester in your first year in college. And for this video's objectives would be learning simple variables like int in short for integers and strings for the characters or words. And second is the constructing a simple if else statement for the conditions. And lastly, through applying these learnings, we will create a simple calculator app by the end of this video. And don't worry, don't be intimidated by it because I will teach you guys how to do it. So first, let's proceed uh, to code to have an application to code for C++. We will download on the internet the dev C++ IDE. You can simply search it using any search engine, then search dev C++, then you can download it directly. Then after installing it and opening it, this UI will be shown. So it's still blank, it's empty. So before making a code, so this default template that was taught to us with this. Uh, so first is include IO stream and using namespace std. So these things will be used later on for our input and output. Don't mind it. Then int main for this block will contain our code. Uh, it means that it's the container of our code, and return of zero for the last before we exterminate our program that will be coded later on. So uh, let's proceed. So every programmer knows that printing a simple hello world is a big step towards our studies or careers. So through in C++, we can use the word cout for any print or output. So we can after cout, we input or we type the two less than cout, then with double quotations because it will print as a sentence. So cout hello world. Then after that, every line in C++ should be ended with a semicolon, which is this thing. So if we press F11 in our keyboard, F11, it will run our code. So let's see, F11. So yes, finally, it's our first program. It shows hello world. So as you can see, the return zero earlier was returned here, return value zero. Then press any key to exterminate the program. So yeah, like that, or you can close it directly. So yeah, so that you can see out it simply as that, simple as that. So next we can try to see out another sentence example. My name is Juan de la Cruz. So if you press F11, it would show this output of our program. So it prints our sentence, put it in cout is my name is Juan de la Cruz. So next, so this is the simple cout. It means see out. So we can print our desired output. Then next would be after output, we will proceed to the input. So through inputs, we will use variables. So what are variables? So in programming, variables act like containers of data of data. It can be numbers, it can be letters, it can be pictures or any data. But those will be you will meet those things later on in your uh, second year or third year in college. But for now, we will only use simple integers and strings. So, uh, so how to declare a variable? So let's delete this line. So to declare a variable, we declare first what type of variable it is. So first it is int. Int in short for integer. So int x, for example, uh, the default name of any uh, variable in a simple code is x. As you can see, int x. Let's just put any value in the example. Int x is equals to 5. Simple as that. Then put the semicolon. Int x equals to 5. Then what can we do about it? So as we can see, our x has a value now, which is 5. Then we can try to see its value if it's really working. So we can see out double s, then x. No need to put double quotation marks since it's a variable declared already. So and it's not a sentence or string. Then we put the semicolon. Then press F11. Then it would show or print the value of x, which is 5. So yeah, that's it for int. So next is we can declare another variable called string. So example this would be the name. String name. So ano, name is the name of the variable, or you can change it to first name. So string, the type of the variable. First name is the name of the variable. Then equals, let's see, 1. Then we can see out it as. To see the value of the first name, we can use first name in the cout instead of x, so we can see the value of the first name and we press F11. Oh, uh, oh yeah, we forgot the semicolon here. Then F11. Then yeah, 1 is printed here in our program. So how do we combine this value in a single cout? So let's assume that 1, okay, let's change the value in example. 1 is example is x is equals to 18, so we can put here in our cout that one's age is 18 years old. So how do we do that? So first, we put the first name since 1, then we can put in a double quotation to its uh, sentence string. Put apostrophe s, age is, then double less than for to show the value of the x. So you put x, then double less than, then another double quotation to put a statement 18 years old. So we see out or print these things. So first name, it should output as 1, one's age. So we isolate those things, those variables from our desired output, which is a sentence or a group of characters. So first name 1's age is x. So x value is 18 years old. So if we press 11, we could see that 1's age is 18 years old. So through this single line, uh, we combine the values of two variables, and we can uh, manipulate the output so that it can output our desired sentence, which is one's age is 18 years old. So we close that. So next is still in a variable. So as you can see here, our variables have already values, or we already declared it fixed value. But what if uh, age one's age will be inputted by the user? So we just erase this equals 18, so we just declare x. So first, see, uh, if to prompt the user to enter the age of one, we example, we just simply put first see out input age, put it that way. Then we put end l to indicate end line. Then after C out, if there's a C out, there's a C in, which is we can input value. So if we use C in, then instead of less than, we use double greater than C in X. In C out input age, we print that, or we prompt that the user needs to input the age. Then in the next one, the next line would be we input the X, the value of the X that will be showed later on in that second print. So how does this work? So let's press F11, then input age. So let's put 19. So one's age is 19 years old. So in this C outline, it's here, input age, then C in X. So we just input 19 here, the next line, and then the next thing is it would show that one's age is 19 years old. So just like this. So next, we learn the C out and the C in, and using variables with declared value and in an empty variable. So what if the string first name has no value? Let's put that as blank. So we can use another C also, input name. Then we can see in the first name. So as you can see, we put we prompt the user to input the age and the name, so that it would shown later on in the last print, the last cout. So if we press F11, so example, age is 17, name would be example Ben. So it would prompt Ben's age is 17 years old, and these values are prompted or inputted by the user, which is us, which is me in this case. So yeah, that's it for C out and C in and the variables. So next is we will learn about the if else, simple if else statement. So we close this thing. So let's reuse this let's use this block of code. So we will use a simple if else statement. So the user inputted the age of the name. Example, let's just put oh yeah, the first name. Yeah. So the user inputs the age of the someone that will be printed out later on. So let's use an if else statement uh, if the age inputted is below 18, or should or minor, let's say. So to help to create an if else, and we use if, then we use open close parenthesis, we put the condition here inside the parenthesis. So if x is less than 18, use double curly brace, and then inside this condition, we call this an if else condition. So we can prompt anything that we want here if this if the x meets the criteria in this if statement. For example, if x is less than 18, we can see out here, yeah, first name, the name of the inputted name is a minor. Let's put it that way, easy as that. So if first name, if I mean if the first name's age is less than 18, then we can output that that he or she is a minor. So yeah, let's print this. Let's try. Input age. Example, his or her age would be 15. Then his name is John. So John's age is 15 years old. So we can see this one. John's age is 15 years old. And then in the if statement, we see if the age is less than 18, we would output first name is a minor, so John is a minor. Simple as that. So that's for the if statement. So what if we add example another if, but since it is connected to the previous if statement, we can use else if then if his or her age is greater or equals to 18, we can combine greater than and equals here in programming. So as we see, it would run later on. So if his or her age is greater than or equal to 18, then C out is an adult. So if we would run this code with an if else statement, so example, his age 22, then say her name, let's use girl's name. So Janela's age is 22 years old and Janela is an adult. So that is how we use an if else statement, simple if else statement. But then after that, how about if a certain condition uh, isn't uh, hasn't met the criteria or the condition here in our if else statement. Example, here in this thing, example, we will limit here in our else if, uh, we just limit the age. Example, the age x should not be greater than 100. So I just put it here, if x is greater than or equals to 18 and uh, x is less than 100. So yeah, for age, then we can add another else if, or we can use simple else to if we will input value greater than 100. So else, no need to put anything else. Else C out, let's just say age, uh, the age value is, the age value should not be equal or greater than 100. Let's just put it that way so that we can have an example here in our else part. So here we have if, this is the initiator in our if else statement. If the age is less than 18, it would prompt us if she is a minor. Then else if, we put here a value here, I mean the condition in our else if, it's still an if but continuation of the previous if. Then lastly the else, we don't need to put any conditions here since this else relies on the previous if and else if. So if we will input later on a value greater than 100, it would prompt this line. So it would, if we print that or we run this code, example, our age would be 101. then his name or her name would be Yay. Example, Yay. So Yay's age is 101 years old, but it prompted here the age value should not be equal or greater than 100. I know it's possible to have an age of greater than 100, but let's put it this way to have an example here in our if else statement. So basically that's it for the simple variables, the in, out, our input and output, and our if else statement. So uh, our next my activity for you guys is to make a simple calculator, and I know it's intimidating, but don't worry, you can pause this video and I can explain in the next in the later on the code. So my code is here in the next file. So yeah, you can pass it right now to start your making your code in calculator app. So after pausing this video, we will proceed to the calculator itself. So here uh, we declare four variables. So int x would be the first value, then the y would be the second value, the I mean the z would be the result, and the sign would be the operational sign. Uh, through inputting this double slash, we can put comments here. You can put anything here just to comment anything you want, so that you won't get lost if you backtrack your code. So here we would output enter x good from the first value. So you input here cnx, then we just output end line so that we can output the next sentence. So enter y, then you input y, the second value. Then enter the operational sign, which are the plus, the minus, the times or the divide, the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication and division. Then cn sign, you input the sign, then and so in our if statement, so if the sign is equals, it would the z value would be x plus y. Then we would see out the z. Simple as that. If the sign is minus or subtraction, the z value would be x minus y, then see out z. If the sign is multiplication or asterisk here in programming, so z would be equals to x times y, then c out would be z. Then if sign is division or divide, the z value would be x divided by y, then c out z. However, if the operational sign is not in any of these multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition, we see out unknown operation. Then return 0. Simple as that. So let's try this thing. So with this, we press F11 to run this code, to execute it. So example, enter x. Let's try 1, then enter y, which is 3. So the operational sign is plus. So the value of z, or the result, is 4. 1 plus 3 is equals to 4. Simple as that. Simple calculator. Then let's try the minus. So run it again. The x would be example 10, and the y is 6. Then minus, then 10 minus 6 is equals to 4. Then close that. Then let's run it again. Let's use multiplication. So example 8 times 5 would be multiplication. Then the answer is 40. So we're here in this part because the sign used is asterisk or multiplication. Then let's use division next. So example x would be example 25, then y would be 5, then it's division, then 25 divided by 5 is 5. Here, we're here in this code because we entered division. So what if we enter something else in our operational sign? So if we run that, example 7, then 5, then we put something else like equals unknown operation. So if we put example, another, if input a number in operational sign, example 1, 2, then example input here 3, would say unknown operation. What if we input here a letter or a word, example 8, 9, add, example. It would prompt unknown operation. So yeah, that's it for our basic calculator. If you made it, that's good. If not, you can practice more. Coding is fun. So yeah, that's it for our C++ programming introduction video. So I hope you guys learned something in our variables, our if else statement, and making this basic calculator up. So you can copy my code now. You can slowly view it for the basic calculator. You can pause it. So yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching and hope you learned something, and see you in our other videos. Thank you and goodbye.